Amara and Mama Ngozi started their new life without magic. The days were calm and peaceful. They cooked meals together, but the food didn't taste as magical as before. The village noticed too. People still came to eat, but the special glow in Mama's cooking was gone. Though the food was good, it felt different. Amara didn't mind so much because she was happy to be with her mother, and they were living a simple, honest life. No more secrets, no more magic, just love, hard work, and the warmth of their kitchen filled with laughter and joy. One morning, the village elders came to visit Amara and Mama Ngozi. The elders were older people who knew many stories and secrets of the village. They looked at Mama Ngozi with worried faces. "We heard about the pact you broke," one elder said softly. "Breaking such a promise to the spirits is serious." The elders sat in silence for a moment. "There may be consequences," another elder added. Amara felt nervous. She had no idea what kind of trouble they might be in. The elders gave Mama Ngozi a warning and left, leaving them with many questions. The elders gathered in the village square, speaking in low voices. "Breaking the pact with the spirits is not something to take lightly," one elder said. "The spirits do not forgive easily." Mama Ngozi's face grew pale. "What will happen to us?" she asked. "There may be strange things happening now," the elder warned. "The magic might come back, but it won't be the same. It will be stronger and harder to control." Amara's heart raced. The elder's words made her feel scared, but she knew they had no choice but to face whatever was coming next. That night, Amara went to bed, but she couldn't sleep. As soon as she closed her eyes, she had a strange dream. She was standing in a dark forest. A shadowy figure stood in front of her, calling her name softly. "Amara, Amara," it whispered. The voice was familiar, but Amara couldn't see the face. She felt both scared and curious. The figure reached out a hand, but just as Amara was about to take it, she woke up with a start. Her heart was pounding, and she felt like something important was about to happen. The next day, Amara decided to go for a walk in the village. As she passed the edge of the forest, she saw a strange figure standing between the trees. The figure was tall, wearing a cloak that covered most of its body. Amara couldn't see the face, but she felt a cold chill run down her spine. The figure turned towards her and whispered, "You cannot hide from what has been broken." Before Amara could ask who it was, the figure disappeared into the forest. Amara stood frozen, wondering what the figure meant and who it really was. The figure in the forest seemed so strange and mysterious. Amara couldn't stop thinking about what it had said. "You cannot hide from what has been broken." What did it mean? Amara felt a strange feeling inside her, like something was watching her. Later that day, she told Mama Ngozi about the figure, but her mother looked worried. "That sounds like a spirit," Mama said. "Spirits are tricky. They don't like when promises are broken." Amara shivered, thinking about the dark figure. She realized that whatever had happened with the pact was not over. It was only just beginning. That evening, Amara and Mama Ngozi were cooking together, but something felt different. The food they were preparing started to smell much better than usual. It had a soft, glowing light around it, just like before when the magic was strong. Amara looked at her mother, and they both knew something was wrong. The magic had returned, but it felt darker, like it wasn't the same kind of magic they used to have. "This isn't good," Mama Ngozi whispered. "We must have disturbed something." Amara felt nervous. What would happen now that the magic was back, but changed? The next morning, Amara found something strange at the doorstep. It was a small stone, glowing softly with a light that made it look magical. The stone was smooth and cool to the touch. When Amara held it in her hand, she felt a strange energy run through her. It was like the stone was alive. Where did this come from? Amara wondered, looking around. Mama Ngozi came over and gasped when she saw the stone. "This is no ordinary stone," she said. "It must be connected to the magic that's returned." They both felt uneasy about what it meant. That evening, as Amara held the glowing stone, a soft light filled the room. Suddenly, the guardian spirit appeared before them. It glowed brightly, like a shining star. "The magic has returned," the spirit said in a calm voice, "but it is not the same. It is more powerful and dangerous." Amara and Mama Ngozi listened carefully. "You must be careful," the spirit warned. "The shadow from before is coming back, and it will not forgive what was broken." Amara felt scared but also determined. She knew they had to find a way to stop the dark magic before it took control. The guardian spirit looked at Amara and Mama Ngozi with serious eyes. "The shadow that you saw before will return," it said. "It is angry that the pact was broken, and it will try to take back the magic." Amara shivered. "What will happen if it comes back?" she asked. The spirit paused before answering. "The shadow wants to control the magic, and it will stop at nothing to get it. If it succeeds, the village will suffer." Mama Ngozi held Amara's hand tightly. "We have to stop it," Mama said. "We can't let the shadow take control again." Mama Ngozi looked at Amara with worry in her eyes. "I never wanted this to happen," she said softly. "I thought breaking the pact would make things better, but now the magic is back, and it's worse." Amara felt sad seeing her mother so upset. "We didn't know it would turn out this way," Amara said. Mama Ngozi took a deep breath. "I made a mistake," she admitted, "but I will fix it, no matter what it takes." Amara nodded, feeling strong. "We will fix it together, Mama," she said. They both knew that the journey ahead would be tough. Amara and Mama Ngozi knew they had to find answers to stop the magic from growing stronger. "We need help," Mama said. "The wise woman in the village knows many secrets. She might have the answers we need." Early the next morning, they set off to visit the wise woman. The road to her house was long and filled with twists, but Amara and Mama Ngozi were determined. When they arrived, the wise woman greeted them kindly. "I've been waiting for you," she said. "I know what has happened. The magic must be stopped, but it will not be easy." Amara and Mama Ngozi decided they needed help, so they set off to find the village's oldest wise woman. She was known for knowing many secrets about magic and spirits. The journey was long, but they didn't mind because they knew it was important. When they reached her hut by the river, the wise woman welcomed them in. "I know why you're here," she said with a kind smile. Amara and Mama Ngozi explained everything, about the pact, the magic, and the shadow. The wise woman listened carefully, then told them there was a way to fix the magic, but it wouldn't be easy. The wise woman explained that the magic was very old, much older than the forest itself. "This magic is tied to the spirits of the land and the balance of nature," she said. "When you broke the pact, you disturbed that balance." Amara and Mama Ngozi listened carefully. "The magic you've awakened is powerful, but it comes with a heavy price," the wise woman continued. "You cannot control it without the right knowledge. If you want to stop it, you must go to the heart of the forest, where the first magic was born." Amara's heart raced. It sounded dangerous, but they had no choice. The wise woman handed Amara and Mama Ngozi a small old map. "This will guide you to the heart of the forest," she explained. "But be warned, the journey will be dangerous." Amara looked at the map, feeling both scared and brave. "If we don't go, the magic will grow stronger, and the shadow will return," she said. Mama Ngozi nodded. "We have no choice. We must go." The wise woman looked at them one last time. "Remember, you must trust each other and your love for one another. That is the only way to restore balance." Amara and Mama Ngozi nodded. Amara and Mama Ngozi began their journey to the heart of the forest. The path was dark and full of thick trees. Every step seemed to take them deeper into the unknown. Strange sounds filled the air, whispers from the wind, the rustling of leaves, and the distant cries of animals. "Stay close, Amara," Mama Ngozi said softly. Amara held her mother's hand tightly, feeling both scared and excited. They knew they had to keep going, no matter how dangerous it seemed. The heart of the forest was their only hope to stop the dark magic and the shadow. After walking for hours, Amara and Mama Ngozi reached a clearing. In front of them was a glowing stone circle, the heart of the forest. The air felt thick with magic, and the trees around them seemed to hum with energy. Amara could feel the power in the air, but it was also strange and a little scary. "This is it," Mama Ngozi whispered. "We have to restore the balance here." As they stepped closer to the circle, they felt the ground tremble beneath their feet. It was clear that something big was about to happen, and they were ready. As Amara and Mama Ngozi stood in the glowing stone circle, the forest around them began to change. The trees whispered their names, and the wind carried strange voices. "Don't listen to them," Mama Ngozi warned. "The forest is full of tricks." But Amara couldn't help feeling like the trees were talking to her, calling her. The path seemed to twist and turn, as if the forest itself was alive. Amara felt confused and unsure of which way to go. "We have to stay focused," Mama Ngozi said, holding Amara's hand tightly. "We can't let the forest fool us." The night grew colder, and the forest seemed alive with strange sounds. Amara and Mama Ngozi made camp near a small fire. The shadows danced around them, and the wind whispered like it was telling secrets. Amara kept hearing footsteps behind them, but every time she looked, no one was there. "We must be getting close," Amara whispered. "I feel it too," Mama Ngozi said, looking around. The fire crackled, and the darkness seemed to grow deeper. "Stay close to me," Mama added. They both knew the journey ahead would be full of challenges, but they had no choice but to keep going. At the center of the forest, Amara and Mama Ngozi found a large stone circle, glowing brightly. As they stepped inside, the ground shook, and a dark shadow appeared before them. It was the same shadow they had seen before, but now it looked even more powerful and angry. "You think you can undo what I've done?" the shadow hissed. "You cannot stop me." Amara and Mama Ngozi stood strong, holding hands. "We have no choice but to try," Amara said. The shadow laughed, its voice echoing through the trees. The final test had begun, and they had to face it together.